Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, today I've been battling this question where I've been asking myself which bike can actually, which EV bike, or okay, we have even the fuel bike, so which bike can save more in terms of the costs. So I'm doing this experiment together with other riders, and we're going to do 125 kilometers. So we have this app called the GeoTracker. So each and every person is going to be swapping the battery and recording the odometer of the bike and the message they've used for swapping. So we are going to do this for the whole trip. We're going to do 1.5 kilometers, approximately 1.5 to 130 kilometers. So I'm going to start with me. I am at 10,385. That's my odometer reading. It's 10,385 kilometers. And I want to swap. So my battery right now is at 83, but I want to swap so that everyone starts at 100. Then we'll see at the end of the whole trip how much actually we have now used. So I'm going to swap mine, and I'm going to take a screenshot as well. So we have the Ringo, we have Arkride, we have Ampersand, we have BM150, and we have the TVS 125cc. So all the EV bikes, we have them, and we're going to do the tests. We're going to start from Yaya, going towards Ruaka, Utawala, Southern Bypass, Langata, Kikuyu, then come back until we get the 125 kilometers reading. So I hope guys you enjoy this, and this is also to tell you that me myself I've tested Zeno and I know its capabilities, and we are going to prove it today. So we are not saying it's gonna be the best, but it's just an experiment that I've been battling and I want to answer it today, right? So let me swap, then we start the day. So each and every person are going to swap in their own places, but they'll be recording the odometer and everything. So yeah, that's it guys.
John, that's somebody said.
So nilikuwa nakuuliza ni songa hivi karibu na hii kamera. Hii nili kuswapi battery ni uma 550. Ni battery mbili ama moja? Moja.
Lakini inaenda 150 to 170 kilometers.
160 to 170 kilometers.
Yeah.
Pale unalipa how much?
Bike.
Again. 360. Yeah. So apart from the 360 per day, kuna pesa kuswap yenye ni 550.
Yeah.
So in a day unaweza swap mara ngapi?
Na hiyo ni mara once.
Mara once.
Ndio. Mara once. Means lakini ni once.
Okay. So range ni 150 hapo hivyo.
100 to 170.
With 500?
550. Yeah.
Okay. Daily ni umesema ni 360. But that is for Bolt, eh?
Yeah. Hiyo
sasa ya kawaida ni gani?
Unajua hii sasa kuna part both na kawaida hii ni around 500.
500. I think kama hii haiko kwa Bolt.
Sasa hizo charges sio
Naenda wapi? Relax tu sasa. Ushawasha GeoTracker, washa GeoTracker. Hata nenda. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, we are here with all the bikes. We have the Ringo. Here's the Ringo. We have the BM150, 125. We have the Cooper, the Arkride, then we have the Ampersand. So we are living here at Lake Oil Energy at Yaya. Yeah, so we are now leaving. This is Ngong Road, Pine Tree Garage, Nairobi Garage. We have all the bikes left behind me. Wote kweli outright. Unaona outright kweli? Unaona outright? Na bwana ipo angalia nyuma. Outright. Hapa. Hapa tunafaa kwenda aje? Left side.
Nenda Naivasha au mnaenda wapi?
Nenda Utawala.
Tunafaa tuende Naivasha.
So we want to cover like 125 to 150 kilometers. So we have Tanzino, we have Ampasan, we have 150cc, we have 125cc, we have that EV bike, we also have Spyros. We want to go for around 125 kilometers to 130 to 150. And we want to see how much are we going to consume in the fuel, the EVs, and the different EVs as well. How much are we going to use for the range of it?
And where is this paper going posted?
By Kazai. By Kazai.
Right?
Haya, tusonge kidogo nipite. Haya, pita mbele kidogo. So to cover Kimbo Ruai bypass, so far we covered around 36 kilometers. Vina is at 62%. Hapa tuko na 77%, eh? 77 nini? Hii bike inaitwa aje? Ile Spyro. Ringo, Ringo iko 77%. Spyro hapa tuko na Spyro iko ngapi? 70%. Na tulipata on Spyro, yeah, 32 kilometers, 70% hapo sawa. Lakini unajua tena Spyro swapping hizi iko chini kidogo. Nini iko chini? Nile cost yao ya kukua country iko chini kidogo.
Iko down. Lakini inalingana na betri yenye unatoka kasonge hivi. Na betri kama iko 0%, ukienda kuswap unaweza lipia 290. Ukienda kama iko 40, unaweza lipia pesa kidogo kutokana kama mia.
Haya, so Spyro sofa iko sawa, kidenye ni kupanga nini?
Lines. Yeah.
Tuko na bio hapa iko West 59%, so bado tunaweza songa mbele. Hii Suzuki iko full tank. Ampasan iko ngapi? 54%. Spyro ya kitambo iko 58%. Na tuko na Akrail iko ngapi? Akrail iko 54 na 52. Sawa. Alafu Akrail niwaambia kila mtu ako 32 kilometers yako inasema ngapi? 41 kilometers. Kuna venye range yenyewe inachezwa kwa naye. Tumeona yako iko 41, kila mtu hapa kwa 32. So guys, mnaona kila mtu hapa kwa 32 apart from Akrail, So tunazidi kuzidi. After a few interactions with our friends here at Kimbo along Thika Road, we left all the way to Tawala for our first swap, where the first bike to swap will be Acride with Ampersand. Yeah, so this is the Eastern Bypass all the way to Utawala. So this is the famous Eastern Bypass. We had very nice scenes, very nice sceneries all the way to Tawala. The BM150 that just passed was our sweeper, so it was responsible for going ahead of everyone and stopping those who overwent, and also staying behind to see those who are left behind. So guys, tumecover like 55 kilometers. Acride iko 22 na 25%. Zino iko hapa 39%. Iko ngapi? Okay. Hii ni Vio. Vio iko 27. Ampersand iko 17%. 17%. Wacha tuone Kaspyro Spyro ndio tulikuwa tunaaminia. Spyro anaenda wapi? Spyro support 3. Nini kwa Spyro hii? Tatoje tanda leo. Spyro iko 43. Iko 31. Iko 30. Yangu iko 30 so. Yangu iko 92. Yangu iko 97. Mnasema Spyro iko sawa na So this was the first stop at Utawala, where Acride was now swapping together with Ampersand. Spyro had a good range, so the only problem is with the lines at the swapping stations.
What's up guys, this is your man Steven from Binance Sport.4. As I tell you, leo tuko kwa performance review of different electric bike and fuel bike. We want to see which bike gives the highest performance in matters of cost. Okay, so this one is Ampersand bike. This is the second bike that we are doing a swap. So far we have covered a distance of 60 kilometers and it has consumed 84% of power. So we have swapped when the power was 16%. So Ampersand imepunga 84% of power, so it may cover 60 kilometers. So approximately Ampersand can cover 60 hours, a total distance of 70 kilometers, when the power remains at 0. So the first charge it may cost 140 rates, and the second charge right now, when the percentage was at 16%, it may cost 222%. So we are remaining with 125 kilometers to cover with this power.
you could see this bus that just halted just near us. So as it halted, the engines went off. I just realized it after some time. You could see the bus moving in reverse form. So the driver was trying to jump start, but it didn't start. So then the conductor started pushing the bus. The moment I was walking just behind the bus and I didn't realize. There was a second attempt to start, to just jumpstart the bus, but it wasn't successful. Then I realized the struggling conductor. When I saw this, then I started to help them. And just in a few, the bus started. And it came back flying like there was nothing. Have you ever used Google and Google leads you to an expressway? So this was us. I was using Google and it directly led us into this expressway. So we didn't realize at first, and after some time I realized that this was a wrong route. So then I had to go ahead of the rest and see if there was a diversion just to go back to the main road. So this was us just joining the Mombasa Road all the way to Ole Sereni, and this was an oversight from my end. So we just took the bait and see how it goes.
Yeah, so Spiro is now swapping at it's now at 12%. Odometer is 76 kilometers, but we'll see also it's reading on the phone.
The next one is
Vio is at 4%, and that's the odometer reading.
full model. So Spiro M1, for the 76 kilometers that we covered, it used 79% of charge. Spiro M2, for the 76 kilometers that we used, it covers 71% of charge. Spiro Vio covered it used 95% of charge. That means Spiro M2 is the most. It has the highest performance when it comes to the battery use or the power use. And Ringo iko 48%, sasa imetumia 52% of charge. Sawa?
Mnaenda mpaka wapi? Mnaenda na ng'ata. Hayo mnaenda home. Ndio wanaongea.
Here I met one of my fans. He had Enzi, and that's how he also joined us from Ole Sereni towards Langata en route to Rongai. So this is the Southern Bypass, and this is the route that directly connects to Kikuyu. So we had our sweeper moving on like he was an expressway journey. This is our Enzi guy. He was just tailing me from behind, and all the others were also enjoying the trip. It was a very relaxing moment, and just seeing the trees pass by, the planes landing close to the JKIA, this was very nice.
So ladies and gentlemen, I'm finally swapping because we are going to Kikuyu. It's a long way. There's no swap nearby. Otherwise, I could have gone. So it's at 80.7 kilometers. And I'm now going to swap. And that's my odometer reading at 80.7 kilometers.
And so this was us. This is me just after the first swap. We were going to Kikuyu and it was like 30 kilometers ahead and I was just at 19%. So I was actually the third last to swap just before Ringo because it will do 150 just past there. So, and because I've had Akrides before, I knew this bike was having a faulty battery, so I had to stay behind until it got to the nearest swap.
Yeah, so guys, Akride is swapping for the third time. And it's 16%. Yeah.
So this is us at Galana, where Ampersand is doing the second swap. The first swap was at Utawala B Energy. Now this is the second one. It was actually low on power. So all the bikes had already swapped at this moment, apart from Ringo. All the other guys had done 2 swaps apart from me, who had done 1. And this is on our way to Ndarura. All the way to Ruaka, where Spyro guys are going to swap at the B Energy.
Hawana betri. Hawana betri.
There were no batteries just there at Galana tracker, so we left all the way to Galana. That was that village market. That's just the route to Gigiri. The only problem is most of the bikers have issues with Gigiri because of the police harassment, but there was no other choice, so we all left to Gigiri for a Spyro swapping. VO swapping was just at 3% and it was an emergency situation. So after hours of riding, everyone was also tired, but we continued regardless.
Nini swap yako ngapi? Ya tatu.
We then left for Westlands. So this was our first trip that had rounded like 110 kilometers. So we were finalizing the last round. So this is Limuru Road all the way towards our Westlands. So everyone was filled with energy to finish the trip after a very long day. Everyone was enjoying the very nice views of the Limuru Road. Yeah, so everybody peaked at very high speeds, especially when descending downhill. There's this Kamteremko that everyone always loves and enjoys. It's a very express route, so everybody peaked at very high speeds. Our sweeper, the BM150, came at high speeds. And that was the last highway attack that was leading to Westlands. At the end of this all, we will see which bike actually saved the most in terms of pocket, in their pockets. So this was a very nice journey. It was a very nice trip. Everybody enjoyed this. The routes were clear. The routes were sweet. So if you want to enjoy these rides with us next time, also you can let us know. Also, if you want to book any of these bikes, you can also let us know. So this was us at Parklands. end, we had one situation. There was the Ringo guy that never swapped. Actually, instead of turning right at this point, he went ahead and he was out of battery. So he was already stuck. So then somebody had to go for him so that they can get out.
Anaenda kupitia ile Falklands, unaweza patania naye pale pale kama anajaribu.
Kuna jamaa huko.
We therefore agreed that somebody would go for the Ringo guy and tow him towards Westlands, as he was already out of battery. So at the end of it all, we discovered he had done around 132 kilometers for his full 100% battery, and a full swap costed him 560 Kenya shillings. So everybody peaked at high speeds as well, just completing the last bit, the last round of the trip, as we head towards Westlands. So this is Ring Road that connects to the Nairobi Expressway. After everybody had arrived, our Ringo guy just arrived with Vio. So Vio went back to tow him back to Westlands, and there he just arrived with us.
So ladies and gentlemen, we are finally done. So Ringo has actually covered 131 kilometers. That's the trip we made, 131 kilometers. Na pia imevurutwa kidogo, kuna penye ilikwama. Yeah, and so far swapping with 560 shillings. So 131 kilometers swapping with 560 shillings. So in is Spyro M1. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, this is Spyro M1. It covered 127.446 kilometers and has used 462 Kenya shillings. 462. So now swapped. Yeah, guys, na Arkride tushafika pia. Arkride wamekimbia 143 kilometers. Kuna penye walipotea wakaenda zaidi na wakatumia 503.51. For those who don't understand Kiswahili, I've said Arkride went for 143 kilometers and I've used 503.51. Yeah. So according to his geo tracker, it reads 143 kilometers covered. So that is 503.51 for Arkride. Yeah, so ladies and gentlemen, Ampersand has covered 133 kilometers. 133 kilometers and has used 563. So by 563, what we mean is we've added the swaps. So it was the first one was 100, then 241, then 222. So he has used 563 Kenya shillings for 133 kilometers. So guys, tulikuwa na bikes tatu, TVS 125, BM 150. This is BM 150. And then ile ni BM 125. So BM 150 imetumia 632. BM 125 imetumia 630. So ni difference ya 2 bob Alafu TVS 125 imetumia 536.
So this is for
It makes sense.
150 imetumia 639 shillings.